that I paid to get into this position. Can everybody see what the deal would have been? Why I took the trade at that particular price? Can everybody see it? I was tracking the price down because obviously I'm bullish, right? So when we look at the gold model, is there anybody that thinks this market's bearish here? Is there anybody thinks the blue line is below the red line? Okay, so obviously I'm bullish, right? So that's the first thing. I'm now looking at the market being hot on the buy side, okay? So now what I've got to do is I'm going in hot to the level. Now, what level are we talking about? 6160s. So I'm tracking the price towards the 6160s. Now, obviously I can see that things are starting to become very interesting for this as a buy trade, right? So I'm going to track the price into this level. And what did I start to see? What did I start to see? Look at the selling up here, right? Selling up here in this area. So there's a fair amount of selling coming in here. And that obviously drove the price down, didn't it? You can see that selling and it drove the price down, right? So that's nothing for me there. But look at this guy here. Look at that 65 lot coming in there. Do you see it? So obviously, because that's got a massive gap between these prices, there's a big gap between those two trades, those two big sell orders. I'm now thinking that the market maker's aggregating at this price. Would that be reasonable? The big arrival of that type of volume at the very bottom edge suggests that the market maker is now aggregating that trade, right? So if I now know that that's the market maker's aggregation price, should I not be buying from it? Of course I should be. So I just simply put a buy stop order one tick above the level. And obviously now I'm looking to try and rip the top edge. Now obviously you can see what's happened. We've now ripped the top edge, right? So that's been a beautiful, easy money trade. Is that an easy money trade though, guys? Is that something you can all look at and say, yep, that was an easy one? Is there anything on that order flow there that isn't easy? It's very clear. It's very simple, isn't it? It's a very easy trade to see it. And what's happened to the trade? We can see what's happened to the trade. We've now taken out the top edge and $1,300 on just 3 contracts. $1,300 on just 3. You may say, but why did you close out your position? Great question. Why did I close out my position? Well, what happened when we went above the top edge there? What happened to the red-blue line relationship here when we went above the top edge? Flipped. Completely, totally, and utterly flipped. So with that position flipping at the top edge, I'm now able to then say, take my monies. I can always buy back in again if I like the trade. And obviously I do quite like the trade because the drop down here has been relatively punchy. So I will be looking to buy back into that big developing storyline there. Obviously you can see it for yourself. So we're obviously going to be doing the same process on the way back down again, aren't we? We're going to be looking for those opportunities to maybe deal in here. So let's see what happens. Beautiful bit of business though, isn't it? Beautiful bit of business.